Hey everybody, we are continuing our program here for personal, trade, repeat, and with referral business. And so last week I gave you 2 action steps, and that is number 1, set a personal trade goal. So I hope you've all done that. I hope you've all written that down. And another thing that's important to do is to speak that out loud every day. I know it seems corny, but you would not believe how true and real the effects of that are. Speaking that goal. And then number 2, which is a little bit more elaborate, and that's provide an amazing experience. And we went through some steps on how to do that. So, of course, you have those action steps to continue. But we're going to talk about how to get the people back in and how to get referral people back in. So we have 8 steps here that kind of walk you through that. But number 1, to build repeat and referral business is to ask for repeat and referral business, okay? It's as simple as that. And think about it this way. Brad puts it really well. He says, you know, guitar players tend to hang out with musicians and guitar players. Guys that work with tools tend to hang out with people that work with tools. People that need money typically hang out with people of the same type of financial situation, right? It's just cameras, jewelry, etc. You name it. We hang out. We're a tribal type of community, and so people that loved your experience, they want to tell their friends about it, and they want you to know about their friends as well. It's the whole idea behind Facebook. Really, Facebook is, this is what's happened to me. This is where I am. This is a cool thing that's going on in my life. Share it with you. And so people want to share this with you. So ask them. So that's going to be your action step, is start asking for referral business. Okay, now how do we do this? Well, typically you would do this near the end of your presentation or discussion. They need to, of course, be totally mesmerized and amazed by your experience, or the experience that they had at your store, and so they want to tell people about it. So at that point, it's very simple to simply say, hey, who else do you know that might be looking for an engagement ring? Okay, who else do you know that might be looking for, a nice axe? I'm talking about the music business here, and that is a guitar term, by the way. So anyhow, so just a simple question at the end, and you've already built a friend. And when you've built friendships, those are easy questions to ask and easy questions to answer on their part, okay? They love to share their experience, as we say here in number 3. They love their guy or their gal in the business. And again, it's all about what happens is on Facebook. Encourage a Facebook post, okay, when appropriate. If we're trying to, do a surprise or have a surprise here, of course, that won't work. But when appropriate, always say, hey, you want to Facebook this? It's simple as that. And then, of course, that question, those questions, again, they flow really easily once you've built the friendship. If that question is awkward in any way, then you probably haven't done a good job throughout the entire presentation or discussion building that friendship and finding out that information from the customer, okay? So again, let's encourage Facebook posts. Let's ask them who else they might know and see if you can get that referral. Then if possible, have them write it right down on the client card. Now, as I've indicated here towards the end, you can call this card your VIP club, your diamond club, friends and family, whatever. If you want to put a name on that, that would also encourage them to fill it out themselves. So I found the card, by the way. And so it's very, very important. Have you gotten in the habit, I should have put that as an action step last week, have you gotten in the habit of starting to use these with every sales presentation? At the very least, you can set it aside, okay? But at the very best, you can get a ton of great information. And of course, you want to have the customer fill that out. Okay, I've talked about customer cards enough. I hope I've ingrained in your brain how important these things are. And so next, I want to encourage you to invite them to give you a Google review. Listen, so many of us don't get the Google reviews we deserve. People may rant and rave about us on Facebook, but it's really important to get that Google review. Now that's a whole another training session, and they can't do it inside your store because Google knows the IP address and things like that. So this would be a great time and the follow-up in your emails, texting, however you're communicating with the customer, to just say, hey, would you mind doing a Google review for us? And maybe even send them the link for how to do that. And it's quite simple. So, so Google reviews are very important, but it's one thing that we really do not do very much. In fact, we don't do it at all. I'll be honest with you. I haven't seen many stores at all get into that. And it's a shame, really, because that's how people make buying decisions and visiting decisions in this world. So, so we have that. Now, next, people love you. And when they have a great experience, they want you to be successful. They want to share it. Again, I'm going back to those points in the beginning. When you're talking near the end of the discussion, they want to tell people about it. It's the whole reason Facebook was invented, so that I can tell people how great my life is, okay? And so you want to encourage that, and don't be afraid to enter into that conversation. So they want to help you out. They want to see you successful. Number 7, consider rewarding customers. Now, I've seen some programs that are kind of neat where they get in touch with people and send them a gift card. Hey, thanks for sending John and and Mary in. Here's a little gift card to just say thanks for referring them to our store. So consider a gift card program or some type of rewarding program for people that send customers your way. This can get very involved and very intricate. I don't need to go into that today, but just want to say maybe you have a program that you've thought about that you started working on, or maybe you haven't thought about it at all. Maybe you can implement an easy program. I've always had a $50 gift card that we would pop in the mail to people, and it was unlimited. They couldn't use it on Pandora, but it was unlimited for everything else. They could use it on repairs and things like that. I'm not going to dictate to you what should happen. You should create that on your own, but consider that because we are a rewarding society. I go to Starbucks, I have my app, I even pay on my app, and then I get a little free drink every once in a while. Woohoo, endorphin rush. So consider a reward program for referrals because it could be huge. Number 8, be patient and be diligent. This isn't going to happen overnight, but if you took just one client a day and impressed them and created a personal trade client out of one client a day, and you worked, say, 5 days a week, and maybe you had a couple days of vacation, well, that would equal 260 new personal trade clients per year. That's just one a day. Well, what if you did 2 a day, okay? Double that now, okay? So you can see that it takes a little bit of long-term thinking, but if you're diligent, yeah, I remember when I got my first new motorcycle, but if you're diligent about it and you make it a habit, just like asking for referrals, like I said, for our action step today, if you make it a habit, great things are going to happen over the next year, okay? So let's just talk a little bit about the some of these metrics that I have down on the bottom. I was just talking with Brad about this, and the cost to obtain a new client is $70 plus. In some cases, maybe bigger cities where marketing expenses are higher, it's over $150. Just to get a new person to walk in the door. That's not even get them to buy. So, there is a real cost to creating that new client. So understand that. But look at the cost to get a repeat or referral customer. Almost zero. I mean, it's literally pennies or a few dollars at best. So why wouldn't we want to perpetuate getting referrals and repeat business? It just makes sense. And then the next thing is the lifetime value of a good customer can be up to $250,000. It can be more, but on average, it's in a jewelry store, it's about $250,000. So this is repairs, this is appraisals, this is jewelry purchased, of course. So that's a pretty good customer. Okay, so just consider that. And then next, 60% of the business that comes through your door is from your existing customer base. So doesn't it make sense to treat them like gold? And also just massage that a little bit and find out who their sphere of influence is. Because if they're walking through your door and they're buying jewelry, chances are they're hanging around with someone who's buying what you're selling, whether it's jewelry, tools, guitars, cameras, you name it, okay? So we need to treat these people like gold. All right, so you have your action step today, and that is start referring or start asking for referral business. This door's going to open in a couple minutes. Start right now with the first person you see.